The common thing I forget is switching the record button on.
Oh, that's why I've done it now. I've not
Mm,
taken the
right.
So, good morning, everyone, and welcome to yet another edition of SMS Saturday morning satsang bole ya fir Saturday morning sessions. But these are truly becoming satsang, a place where good friends are meeting, discussing things, deliberating on issues, brainstorming things, and also coming out with different types of perspectives and different logic, different ways of reading the law. So today we thought that we'll do a throw us a diversion as it's summer holidays for the children. So we also took that thought that we'll take a diversion, and instead of reading the law, case laws, and judgments. So today we thought how to read the judgments properly, how to take help of AI in litigations. That is something that we will try to delve into today. So we have none other than Venugopalji, our own faculty member. So we have been following up after him for the last 2 weeks. Finally, this week he could make his calendar and he's here with us. So over to Venuji for the session. Venuji, over to you.
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you. And 1 minute. Okay. So, firstly, good morning, everyone. And this is a session which Arupji was saying that I think we should have a session on the effective use of AI in our practice and how for the litigation suit this would be helpful. Uh, I haven't planned anything specific for this session because it's AI is becoming such a zone. And if I have to tell GST as our example, we in our faculty group we have members who are like in the peak who are going interpreting the law using regular comma versus Oxford comma, and we have other end of the people where like they are into core compliance, and today Infosys comes back and says, hey, can you file the return? They will be able to do. Now, both are into GST practice, but one, if you ask the guy who is into litigation, you go and ask them that, okay, what is this ECRS and why 4D1 is used? They'll say, like, look, I don't know anything on the tables. You don't even come to me and ask. Versus someone who is in compliance, for them that, okay, you made a mistake, don't worry. We have table 9A, 9B. It's about, okay, how to get things right in the returns or refund. Likewise, people using AI, we will also have people who is using on the extreme ends. What I have thought today is I will only share with you what you can do, how you can do, what you will use, what you will not use. That's my thought process of today's session. Okay. So let me start sharing this screen. And okay. So I will start with one of the simplest thing. And this I have noticed yesterday. And feel free to put questions and in the chat, and you can ask anything. Uh, I was preparing a checklist for the March returns that needs to be filed. And I have noticed for many of the clients, there is a balance in electronic credit reversal and reclaim statement, which they have not utilized and they do not know. They don't know that there is a balance that exists, right? So now I have to add that, see why there is a balance, reconcile, either you put it to 4B1 or 4B2. Another interesting thing that I have noticed is the SGST credit balance is substantially higher and CGST credit balance is substantially lower. Now, why? Because the offset formula that system uses is it tries to whatever is the balance, it will either take CGST first or use half, and the SGST is going up. Now, most of us actually don't know how do I fix this and how do I get this right. So I thought I will start the today's session with a simple Excel automation, and we will go to the next level. Let us say, let me just do this. Let us say my IGST liability is around 2,500 rupees. My IGST credit is some 750. So IGST net liability is this. Okay. Let me say this as L. Now let's look at our balance. Current C plus S balance. Yeah. So CGST balance, let's say I have some 800. SGST balance, I have 1,500. Okay. Now total I have this. And let us say I have to utilize I am just putting some 500 and 500. Now, so closing balance of CGST, SGST would end up as, from my 800 balance, I have used 500, and from 1,500, I have used 500. This is how the typical situation is. Do you all agree? Yes, no, maybe any different thought? No. Is my voice clear?
Yes,
Audible?
yes.
Yeah. So now this is how the system does. And we find that this is getting, and let's say if they have that month some liability of 500 rupees CGST, SGST, and what will happen is system will expect 200 rupees to be paid in cash, and you will be carrying 500 rupees in your SGST balance. Now, the people who are filing the returns, this is the default method the system will do. But can we
Venu
give
sir,
them?
default
yes.
method is 800 and 200 now, because the system will first utilize entire CGST.
It will utilize, exactly. It will do this. Now, if you
Yeah.
see, I end up paying 500 in CGST. But if you look at the act, I can utilize this in any manner.
Yeah, true. But only default method I wanted to bring.
Yeah, correct. The default method system is doing, and the accountants are doing, okay, whatever is this, they put it as equal and file it. Now, department is also happy doing it because they are getting cash and they want more cash. This is what the department is doing. But how do we tell the people, no, this is not the way that you have to do? Like, given that you have the balance of 800 and the 1,500, so why don't you use the 200 here and let's say 800 here, so that my objective is bring this closer. Whatever is the best possible, bring this closer. That's an objective that we need to look at it. Now, how do I do it? How do I do, and how do I find a way wherein I will get the value kind of equal, right? Now let's do a simple, let me just open a notepad. Okay. I think both Excel and Notepad is visible, right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So let's find a formula that we will write. How we will get the maximum, what is the best possible output that we will do? Let's write. So this is your liability. So this is your balance in credit ledger, CGST balance in, we need to get the value, how much I have to utilize SGST balance. Let's say I am saying that as X. Now, how do I write the formula of X? Where is that? How do I write the formula of X? Now, what is it, if we have to look at the reasoning, if we have to look at the reasoning of it, the CGST balance and SGST balance after it is being utilized, let's say X is the what CGST is used. So the SGST would be used as L minus X, right? So we are saying that the CGST, CGST used is X. So the CGST closing balance is C minus X. Let me zoom this out. So CGST utilized is C minus X. So what is SGST utilized? It is L minus X. So X is CGST utilized, L minus X is SGST utilized. So CGST closing balance will be C minus X. SGST closing balance is S minus L minus X. Our objective is to ensure that we may not be making it equal, but we will have to ensure that this both becomes equal. Now, if I write it into kind of a mathematical formula, if I want to make it more into a mathematical formula, so C minus X is equal to S minus L minus X. Now, if I bring all of them at one place, so what I would be having is, if I move that to this, so kind of this, I move this, the minus X to the other side and make it, now this is my ideal. My ideal value is this is how my ideal value is. Then we have minimum value, then we have a maximum value. So we always have to find a median closer to it. So the formula that we can use in Excel is median. So median of number 1, comma number 2, comma number 3. Now, when we start applying a formula like this, then we will get an ideal answer of how we will do it, right? So we will say let me, instead of writing and wasting the formula, I've just written this now. So the same thing I have written here. Now look at this. Is this formula visible? Everyone?
Yes.
So the formula is this. Now what I am doing is I am my liability is this L. I am only saying the minimum of either C4 or the balance. I have to put a liability, so I've used a. So let is a powerful formula. I would always suggest people to explore let with the thing. So I am saying let L be the liability. My C credit balance is C7. You can see the yeah. So I am saying that the CGST balance is this, SGST balance is there. I want to find a median of. First thing I have to see is I am looking at CGST. So then I am taking one value, L minus S is a value that I can take it from CGST, my ideal value. So I'm putting my lower limit, my ideal value, and my upper limit. My upper limit is I can use whole of the CGST also, right? That is how I am saying. SGST, ideally I could do L minus X, but I've just changed the value here. Is let me just give the formula. The only change between both of the values, if you see, I have just done a formula called L minus median. Now it might appear a little complicated. You can actually give it to ChatGPT and you can get the how to use the median formula, let formula. Now let's see what is the benefit of doing this. Now let's say my SGST ITC balance is 2,500. If you see, because of this, now my CGST ITC utilization has become 0, which otherwise it is now trying to bring it closer. That is why I have not used the exact equals to symbol. I said closer to symbol. If my CGST is 1,300, it is still saying that it is not there. Now I am making this as 2,000. Now if you see, the CGST, SGST has come closer to it. If my SGST balance is 1,800, it used 100 rupees CGST, SGST 600, and it became close. So what is that we are making an attempt is we are trying to maximize my closing balance so that once this balance is equal, from the liability perspective, CGST, SGST liability will always be an equal number. Now, this is how this is a smaller thing. This is really a smaller thing. But things like this is what we can start taking the help of the AI, saying that, okay, this is my problem statement. How can you help me to fix? What is the next possible statement that you can think of is in the refunds? Now, let's say refund your export without payment. Now, what are the variables that you have here? Is you have your ITC, you have export sales, you have total sales. Now, higher the numerator and the resultant value will always be higher. The gap between numerator to denominator is higher, the resultant value will be lower. That's all we know. Now, if I know between April up until March, instead of clubbing all the refunds in one go, can I get multiple variables? Meaning my export turnover by total turnover. Can I know in which periods my ratio is higher? In which periods my ITC is higher? See, we all know I would have purchased in 1 month, sales could have been in other month. Now, what will that lead with us? We don't do a closing stock adjustment. We will be just filing our refund application. So my ITC, which is higher in the months. So now start looking at all the months ITC as a percentage to the total. So the months which has a higher ITC, variable 1, export sales to the total sales, variable 2. Wherever these variables are higher, do not club them with the other months so that the refund will go down. Now, this is a second exercise you can do. So the people who are in compliance, even for them, AI is of blessing. AI is of use. It's not just AI only for the litigation course or litigation or everyone. So it is something people should definitely understand and explore. This is one thing which I wanted to tell before I use any of the GPT. Any questions to anyone at this point? Is this clear? Okay, not okay?
I think it's okay here. Yes.
Or is it going really kind of a boring subject?
No.
Oh,
This is something we didn't think of. Yes.
okay. So the next thing
Sir, Venu sir,
now, yeah.
Yeah, this was not working till last month. Only from this month we can use this.
After the GST and advisory.
Correct. Till last
Yeah.
month, what they have done, they have default. They
Taken
said
the
you have to use
correct.
CGST.
Right.
Even though Act is something else, they never used to allow us to
They
do
never
these
did it.
changes.
Yes. So there is an advisory that has come where they said interest will be computed automatically. You will only give a upper value in the interest, lower, no, you will not go lower value. Inside of that, they made a one small point saying that, okay, utilization of CGST, SGST can happen in any way that you can do it. Right. So where it's like in that advisory, one small note they have brought in. Now, it is critical for us now to act so that we can make use of this into the system. Yeah. Okay. So now let me go to, I have, so in the morning, I thought I will just pick some small thing about AI and its hallucination. So what I have asked is I have taken a simple question. I've just typed one small question. Let me put it for the benefit of everyone.
Sir, yes,
Yeah.
Suresh from just wanted to know that what you are using ChatGPT or actually I use ChatGPT only.
Yeah, I will show multiple things, sir.
Okay. So this ICA, GST and Interact Text GPT also there, na?
Right now, if you see, it is ICA Indirect Tax GPT. You can go to ChatGPT. Both all are kind of same, sir. Today, the knowledge is so much out available. There is nothing specific to this. Okay. So I have just
I just
given
wanted to know that which should be the best one should use. You will tell us.
we will get to know. We will get to know by the end of the
Thank you.
session. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Let me, for your sake, I can go to yeah. So this is the prompt that I have given. Let me explain the prompt. I am saying that compute development right value in a project of 100 units, where each unit is booked at 1 crore nearest to the JD date, and the landowner is given 38 units and 2 crores as non-refundable deposit. Give me the notification relevant to this valuation. Okay. Now we have valuation 1A, which says the value of development right. It's the value of the units that have been given. Why the GPT to be used and who should use? Firstly, I will tell only those who knows the subject should use it, interact it. And what is AI hallucination is what we will see this. So it said, from the computation perspective, it said there are 100 units. So unit value is 1 crore, 38 units allotted. So 38 crores, non-refundable deposit is 2 crores. So development right value is 40 crores. So it said 40 crores is the development rate value, and it gave the valuation saying paragraph 1A of the notification 4/2019. So it explained this. Now I said, I only told that I think you are wrong. I said as per 1A, so the development value should be only value of apartment. Why is this 2 crores added? It is not there in the notification. Then immediately it's saying that, yes, you are absolutely right in this. Yes, understanding paragraph 1A, the value of supply of development right shall be deemed equal to the value of similar apartments charged nearest to this. So whether in crores to be added, so it says, it does not say add monetary consideration. So the correct value as per notification is 38 crores. Now, it gave whatever it gave its logical reasoning, and it said 2 crores should not be added. It doesn't fit, it is irrelevant. So final JDA value of this notification one is value is equal to value of the apartments. If you notice, first it said 40 crores. Immediately it is now saying 38 crores. And it is saying with a more affirmative statement with a reasoning why it should be added, why it should not be added. So AI is going to lead you somewhere, but if you rely on that, then we will be at a risk. It is going to actually tell you whatever you want to hear. Maybe the inside of this, the best it is going to help you is, I did not give any reference. So it has said that, okay, notification 3 is there, 4 is there, and there is an explanation 1A, para 1A is given. That's all it is kind of helping you so that you can go back and trace into those relevant notifications. But if I now use this without knowing the GST, I will be now at a loss. Now I really don't know what to use, whether 38 to use or 40 use. Okay. Now let me change this to further. Okay. Let me go back to my prompt and say, I think your reasoning of 38 CR is wrong. Imagine the following situations. One, landowner is given 40 units. Derive the development right value. Situation 2, landowner is given 38 units plus 2 crore goodwill. And let's do a situation 3, landowner is given 2 units and 38 crores goodwill. Would you still say that development right value should be only based on the apartments and the value is changing without any change in the service nature or the project value, right? I'm just saying this. Now let's go back here. And now I am giving it a different prompt saying that, okay, look, something you error in your logical thinking. Now it goes back and says, hey, I think what you are saying is right. I should not take only apartment value as the thing. I should use it. Now it will stitch that to back this. So now if it is saying that so pure apartment consideration 1A is applicable. So it is now saying that in all the cases, it is going to be 40 crores, 40 crores. So the development right value is value in cash plus value in apartment. 1A is now giving only my value in apartment, right? So point I am trying to tell is use of these tools is good reading interaction purpose. This is not going to replace your original reading. It is only going to aid you or take you to the next level. But it is going to simplify. It is not going to give you the right answer is first thing I want you to get, especially those who are into litigation and wants a detailed reasoning. I want you to get this is the ChatGPT is like your first year article who knows, who has completed CA Inter, who understands the GST and standing in front of you. How better you give the reasoning, it will think in your lines. Is this clear to you? Is this okay? Shall I move to the next concept? Any questions?
Yeah, is
All
there
right.
any question? Yeah.
Okay. So now let's go to, in fact, I have picked a question. So this is the a case study of the CGPay session that has happened. Now, how do I use AI in a better way? Okay, this is a pretty simple case study where there is an issue on the classification. So someone has manufactured the oil and department has initiated the audit. So the question was whether it should be under chapter 9 as spices and which goes as exempt, or chapter 12 which is under 5%. What is the relevant classification? So there is an audit that happened. So this is where the point is, and the matter is before the tribunal. Now, when you are trying to now interpret, refer things, there is something which you can also Google. There is IRAC, where what is the issue involved? What is the rule of the law? Application of the law to the issue and conclusion. Okay. So this is how a legal judicial pronouncements to be reviewed. Let's look at, so let's say explain IRAC in reading legal cases. Yeah. So if you can see this, this is basically a methodology in which every judgment has to be understood or looked at. What is the issue? What is the relevant law? What is the application of this to the facts? What is our conclusion? So this is how, whether we are writing an appeal or everything, I break the case and apply and write it. Now, when you are using the tools like ChatGPT, a Gemini, or a Claude, you can start defining the persona. Like when I am asking this question, I can also tell that, okay, I am explaining this in a CA class versus I am writing an appeal. So the context changes. Basis that it will start thinking in a different way and doing it. So setting persona is important. And also, if you have a paid subscription, you can create your own GPTs. You can create, where did it? Yeah, you can create like how I have shown you GST ICI GPT. This is my own GPT. So when you are creating your own GPT, you can edit them and you can create the persona. You can give the instructions. You can say what you want to do. Like if you see that whatever you can upload the materials and you can give your draft the reply responses. You can connect it to a website where the information is there. All those things also that you can do it. The advantage is now the answers that are coming are kind of, it is coming in your style. And if you want to draft it, it will be drafted in your font and everything. Yeah. So let's come back to, this is the one which we are discussing. So now I will move from the Chat GPT to Gemini. All right. So instead of straight away, this is the Gemini screen. Instead of straight away putting into prompt, on the top right, can you see this, the compare mode? Is this visible? There's a right small button on the top.
Yes,
I'm
yes.
highlighting. Yeah. So you can move it to a compare mode. And this is actually useful for everyone. Let's say you are reading a financial statements. You can ask from the, let's say you are reading a due diligence. You can ask from the investor side, investee side. You are seeing an NDA, seller side, buyer side. You want to highlight the issues, pros and cons from both the sides. Okay. Now, these three buttons, let me set the settings. So the instructions, I am saying this is a taxpayer. please answer the points from the taxpayer perspective. Okay, you could be as short as it. You can also say defend the case as tax not payable or ITC is not dismissible or eligible. Demand cannot be under section 74, etc. You can set that, right? So you have set the instructions that this is taxpayer, right? So I'll just say, okay. Scenario role play. I will set this as department now. I will say this is department. Okay. Assess this like a department officer pro revenue. Why the demand should be held valid or ITC is not eligible or it is the case of fraud under section 74, etc. So now we are making the system think. For a moment, you can forget this temperature and everything, leave it default. But you also need to understand where to use the increase in temperature, where you need to reduce the temperature. You can think temperature is like your mood. Again, classic example, like when I'm taking a session like this, if you ask a question, I will not get upset, right? You ask the second time also. I will think that maybe you did not understand. I will explain it in a slowly in a detailed way. Contrary, you are in the office. You have explained, your junior asked a question, you explained it. Again, our junior is asking the same question. You will say, look, go back, study and come, don't waste my time. Look at your temperature, right? So the temperature is at, if you set it, the maximum, you will be kind of try to be creative. Now temperature will be the lowest, so you will be as natural as you are. You will not be artificial. So the system you can also make the system when you want to look at something, when you are reading the law, you want to make it whatever is the dictionary, whatever is it, I want you to be that. I don't want you to go imagination. Now, the AI is in 5 levels. Right now, what we are seeing, the AI is only at the second level of AI. So AI can generate, can interpret. When we were studying during our RCA or article days, we always used to rely upon the books like Girish Ahuja, T.N. Manoharan, all those income tax books or V.S. Data service tax books. So for me, they are like gods, right? But now, who has written those books? A chartered accountant like us. And once we get the wisdom, we are now writing the books, we are adding in the institute background. I'm sure at least 70% of the institute background material written the members of the faculty who are here. How are we writing? Out of our experience, wisdom, and our thought process, right? So that means we are able to write how the law is, interpret the laws. Now, who has written the law? The lawmakers, again, who've been there from the long, and they understand that if this is the transaction, this is how I want it to be, right? Exactly, my AI is also the same, right? AI is saying that this means it is. You give the scenario, ask it to create an act. It is going to create an act from the preamble, to whom it is applicable, definitions, everything, the chapters, rules, everything. It is also going to create it, right? So that is that power. So now we have just created in the Gemini Play Studio. My left side is taxpayer, the right side is the department. Now let's copy this and I am giving the prompt. Okay. So now let's see what it is going to do. By the way, Gemini is a little costly amongst all. my personal recommendation is always Gemini, because it has a little more reasoning. Only you can use Grok and Perplexity if you want to do a Google search and understand, but you want to find execute, you will use this. Whatever right now I'm showing to you is not what I actually use day to day, because I use the APIs of it. So the what you are seeing on the screen is what I actually do it, but it happens in the background. Let's see what this has done. So so it has prepared an appeal. Now this is like from a department officer. It is revenue side. Okay. And this is the taxpayer side. First it says tax is not payable. Okay. It says classification falls under chapter 7. And it is clearly saying it is dried vegetables, cut whole, everything further which is not prepared. So it is giving an explanation why chapter 9 and this is valid. It is giving all the explanation, and it is saying an alternative plea. If at all it becomes, if the demand is sustainable, what is the method in which I have to compute? Because I have not availed the ITC, considering it is an exempted thing. It is still saying that, okay, fine, whatever is the net tax payable, please allow me to pay it. Finally, it is saying, okay, please set aside the impugned order. Section 74 is invaluable, and reject the department argue. If nothing of that you can do, if you want to tax at 5%, please recompute the demand allowing the ITC and tell me the net payment, right? So it has actually drafted the appeal in this manner. Now, even before you think that, oh, okay, I have done a great job and I have a good case to fight, faces this, what is department going to say? It is going to say, look, the essential characteristic of 0712 is that it should be dried vegetable, further not prepared. That means the essential ingredients has to hold good. So you're packing and putting it into one jar and selling it. So it said that I will do a common parallescence test, identity test, and it has lost the status of an agricultural produce because you did a freezing and dyeing, and it started using the thing. And it also went and said, see, I want to take a relief under 160. Yes, I did some procedural error in not submitting some information to the SSC during the audit, but please pardon it under 160 subsection 1, because it is just a procedural thing. And it further said that why it should be under 74, and it has made it the alternative. So when we are making our plea, of course, I am going to write this, but I should also now use this. I should say why it should not be under this, why it should not apply the common parallescence test, why it did not lose the status of agricultural produce. Take the supporting from the some other law. So you will not just be using the AI to make your answer. You will use the AI so that it will be giving you the answer from the department perspective, and you will go and deepen yourself. Is this clear?
Yes.
Any questions? Anyone? Any doubts?
Yeah, I think, yeah, if the house has any questions on this, because it's something very important.
So I will move to the last part of our discussion today.
Sir, this
Yes.
comparison mode is available in paid version only or in the
No.
normal?
This is, I'm in a free version.
Okay.
Okay. If the only in the difference between the paid version and free versions of AI, all the features of the paid versions will work in the free version. It's just that there is a limitation of the usage. In fact, they would want the free users to taste the best possible features that are there, that can be there. They want the tools want to use that. But it is costly. Amongst all the tools, Gemini is little costly, but in my personal view, it is worth. Okay. Users who are little pro, they can actually get an API key and inbuilt this in the instead of using the chat GPT, you can log into the OpenAI API playground where you can create your scenarios and you will be able to set it up. Let me just log in and show it to you. It's the same Gemini, ChatGPT, the OpenAI, everything is same. So you definitely don't need to know anything. There are freelancers who can do a one-time setting of it. Like what right now, which I have given, you can do it in the chat GPT also. Right? You can see this compare mode. It is there even here in the chat GPT. And of course, this comes in the paid version. And you can build an agent. You can call it by yourself. I will show you how I did this, how I have done this calling myself. Now let me log into the notice tool. Okay. So basically, this is about my method of our tool for tracking the notice and everything. It's more than notice. I will say that this is the case history. Now, if you pick, let me pick any of the case. Let's me take something. Yeah. So we just created one. If we look at our journey of the litigation management, I would have received ASMT 10 or ADT 01 and 02, INS 01 or anything. So there is something which is at the pre-notice. Then it goes to notice DRC 01, then the order, then I have my first appeal, then I have my second appeal. There are other notices. So you need to have a system where you will be able to tag all your notices, drafts, everything into this category. You don't want to deal with when an appeal comes in, you will have the show cause notice reply and order at one place, or the earlier prior to SCN is at one place. How do I build a system where I have the entire case management? It's a case life cycle of the case. How do I upload my all relied upon documents? And how do I have, let's say there's an ASMT 10 which I have received, and this is for this client. It will automatically say that, okay, this is coming from exactly what I have shown you. This is the AI which I am using OpenAI for some places, Gemini for some places. Why OpenAI? It is little lower cost. So to do a low level work, in terms of PDF conversion, reading, classification, segregation, summarizing, I use OpenAI. I want to do a detailed reasoning, some portion of the AI I will use to Gemini. Now, how am I able to do this? Is next level agentic AI, where instead of a person doing this job, the agents will be doing the job. So you will eventually you will also be doing this. So I am saying that what are the key issues in this notice? It says the ITC claimed as per 2B is exceeding the ITC which is there as per 2A. So that is what this has come. So on this date it has come. What is the due date? It is going to give you the summary and you can ask it to draft a reply. It will help you to generate a draft. So the objective is tools have now become available intelligently to summarize your case and the litigation to move to the next level. You will be able to upload your documents, whatever the relied upon documents. If you have something to assign, let's say collect the books of accounts. Okay. You are giving speak to ABC and get how ITC was availed, and you assign it to one of your team member and say collect it by 20th, and you do it, right? You can schedule one task. Like that, you can keep adding a task. So you know everything that are happening with this case. Any given point of time, is it open, is it closed, what are all the documents currently available? You will be able to fit it, set it and move. Okay. Now I've just created one scenario for your purpose. The point I'm trying to tell is we are in the era where we need to be aware of everything. See, nothing is going to replace human intellect. End of the day, we are the one who is arguing. But how much of the information will be supported to us in doing it? Especially, people should be using Notebook LM. Okay. Whenever you are reading a case and whenever you have a presentation, using Notebook LM to read something, get deeper about it. And there is nothing wrong in saying that I am using the tool to augment my learning. You're using a tool to augment your learning. That's all. So eventually you are going to win or do anything. Okay, let's say I want to understand this Maternity Benefit Act. Now load the data here. It is going to help you in learn faster. You can, if you, let's say you liked one a YouTube lecture, let's say GST show cause notice reply. Yeah. And I want to pick a video. Like, let's say you want to pick this video of Jatin sir. Okay, it's a 2 hours lecture. Now, you want to download this lecture, convert this into a usable text, prepare yourself for the internal thing. You can do it. You can come and you can set a new notebook, and the source of this notebook is a YouTube video, and it is going to do the entire the video. It is going to read. Now see how fast this has read the video, and you ask it to do some mind map and prepare infographics. So it is going to convert everything into a text, and it is going to do. So what are the common mistakes while responding? So it is going to read the video and understand what did Jatin sir say about it. So so sir was saying about focusing on the truth rather than facts. In fact, when we read the sir's books, there are very interesting points that we try to overlap. We don't disseminate the information and do it. Things like that is going to augment and make you kind of, I will say that someone started GST journey last year, and you are there in the world of GST from 8 years. So the person who started last year, how do I speed him up to come to your level to interact and talk? So AI is going to help you to become better. The moment you think that, okay, it has, I will not do the work, I will become lazy and outsource it to you, that is the journey of the downfall. So you are not using it to learn yourself. You are thinking that AI is better than you. You will actually start going down, because that's what I've shown you the first example. It is going to give you wrong answers, because you say 38 crores is the value, it will say 38 crores. You say, no, 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 40 crores is the value, it will say 40 crores. It will try to give a reasoning how it is going to be. End of the day, we are the one who is representing the department and arguing. I think we should be aware of the tools, how to use these tools, how to make us better in the compliance is what we have to do. And that's what my intention of today's presentation. In bits and pieces, I have shown the different things, but the objective is how you can better yourself using AI is the objective of today's session. With this, I have come to end of whatever I want to present. Any questions?
Sir, if you can focus on, am I audible?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Sir, time is very short, but if still you can do two things, sir, that I found that most of the law firms, they don't use these Chat GPT, Gemini, Claude, etc. They are specifically the AI tools which are created for law firm. There are various agencies who are doing that. And number two is about the data privacy, clients' data uh, privacy, how far and that should be a concern. These two aspects, if you
Valid question, sir. Law firms do not use ChatGPT. They do not use Gemini. They use their own tools. Now, right now, what you are seeing on the screen is their own tools. Now, when we say their own tools, these are the tools built internally. But how are they built? They are built on the backend would be the OpenAI or Gemini. 90%, or I'll say 99% of the times, the backend is OpenAI or Gemini. But the most important, the challenging thing is, I shouldn't share my data to the external world. We have a DPDP Act. In fact, let's say someone has uploaded Mukesh Ambani's Form 16 and said, can you help me compute? So that means somewhere in the memory, somewhere it is there that, okay, Mukesh Ambani is earning this much. So if you go ask it and say, can you should give me Mukesh Ambani's salary slip, and if it is there somewhere in the database, it will expose. So here comes the people use the technology called RAG. Okay. So all the data that you are giving, there are guardrails. Okay, there are guardrails. And people who use AWS, there is Bedrock. Okay. How it works is your data is resided at one place, and what you need is the intelligence. So instead of me sending it to there and analyzing there, I will get that here and I will ask to analyze and go back. I think of a situation where you are giving it to an outdoor caterer versus hiring someone come cook and go. That is why these AIs are going to, these private AIs are costly, because I'm asking someone to come here, cook and go back. So that means my data is not going outside. So the tools use this methodology to do it. Whatever I did of copy paste to OpenAI or Gemini, that means I am sending my data there. It is processing and I am getting only the final processed thing. It is like the data is leaked. When I say leaked, it is out there in the internet. and privacy is kind of lost. So how do you do in a simple way? They convert it into a Word document, remove all the personal information, GST number, name, and everything, and then you upload. So you do some manual work and then do the upload. So some methods you have to do to safeguard yourself.
So with this, we have come to 10 o'clock today. And today I'll have to do the devil's. I'll have to be the devil's advocate. I'll have to do the thing, which is often done by Venuji. That's 10 a.m. So thank you so much. And I think Gurjit sir, I think your question is answered. And yes, I'm working with some of the law firms wherein they're using AI, and as Venuji has rightly shared, they are developing their own GPTs. And because of the confidentiality with the clients and all. And apart from that, there are some market available AIs also which are being used. But use cases of those AIs have been found to be difficult. Therefore, everybody is developing more or less their own AI GPT. So with this, I think we had a wonderful session wherein we have not only gone through Excel, formulas which have been shared, and also we have been taken through sample studies of the case study, how it was being resolved, and how the different prompts have been given, because prompt engineering is very important in case of AI. So with this, I would like to extend my thanks to Venuji, but before I extend, I would request Gurjit sir to offer a vote of thanks today.
So before Gurujit sir, one small word.
Yes.
I am okay people using ChatGPT or Gemini if you are using, but if you are allowing the staff to use, I would suggest please subscribe to a tool, because all the tools have these guardrails built so the data doesn't go out. So if you're part of a law firm, part of a CA firm where you are using AI, then please subscribe to a tool. If you are using it in a personal level, then you know how to mask the private data. We can't expect the article or a paid staff who would be doing for them. Easiest thing is I have to draft a reply, drag and drop, give a prompt, draft the reply, it will come, they will vomit back on us. So we just need to be careful there.
Yes. So what do you, Gurjit sir?
Yeah, yes, sir, Arup. Listening to Venu sir, it is always like that. We should be listening to him more. He should be sharing his thoughts with us more. That is what every time the feeling is there. At the end of whenever we listen to him, it is at the end of it is ye dil mange more. Why did it end so soon? Or we should have one more session on this. Today it is only a very basic food of thought. He has not only taken us through the simplistic Excel tools, but to the higher litigation and etc. And like he has been saying, it is just the beginning. It has just aroused our curiosity, and he has talked about guardrails, etc. Also, so thanks for all showing all these beginnings. That there is much more to go, and most important learning which I have taken from here is his encouragement that go ahead and use. These are tools which must be used. They are available. Please don't leave them aside. Don't think of that since there are hallucinations or it gives wrong answers or they are available. They should be used right from analysis to knowledge enhancements, etc. So that's the biggest takeaway. And thanks, Venu sir, for this. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Arup ji.
Yes. Yes, sir. Arpit ji, boliye.
Arvind bhai.
I was silently hearing because I don't have much to say. But I would like to conclude. It was like Virat Kohli telling Vaibhav Suryavanshi how to play. So Virat Kohli is ahead both in terms of technique and in terms of knowledge. So we have Vaibhav Suryavanshi understanding from Virat Kohli.
Wonderful analogy. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
Arvind
you.
bhai.
Thank you, Arpit. Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you,
thank you.
everyone.
Thank you again. I'll share
so
that
we'll-
Excel in the group. Please share it to your team to use it. Yeah. Done. Thank you. Bye.
Yeah. So we'll meet again next week. I think 28th of March,
March.
and with a new topic. Yeah. So
Yeah.
thank you very much, and have a wonderful
Thank you.
weekend ahead.
Bye.
Okay.
Thanks.